Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Wednesday. Another episode of Ken vs. 10. I see I didn't capitalize Wednesday in the chat. What is up? What is up, Glenn? Swamp Picker is here early, first in, hanging out with us today on a Wednesday. What is up, Jordan? Good to see you, my friend. And here, Susan is here. Allegheny Roots. What is up, everyone? Oh man, been a busy week so far. Kenny Get Stuff Done. I should have put that in on one of my names. Kenny Get Stuff Done is getting stuff done this week. And I went to a big city-wide sale, 2 of them actually, and had a really good time. We're going to talk about that today. I'm going to show a couple of things that I found and just a couple of other things that's been in the garage. I've been working in my garage trying to get it cleaned up, organized, a more comfortable space to work in. And I have a mini split that, excuse me, I have a mini split that I'm going to put in. If you don't know what a mini split is, it's like a air conditioner / heater. It has like a condenser unit that goes outside, and so I can condition that space a little bit better, make it even more comfortable to work. And I see Susan is here, and we're going to find out right away, because I need to know to continue the show. Susan, what are you having for lunch? What is Susan having for lunch on a Wednesday summer break for Susan with being out of school? And so how's everybody? Anybody else hit any sales over the weekend? What was your big find? What'd you find over the weekend, or just something that you're excited about that's going on? I'm excited about AI and stuff that you can do with AI. It's just kooky incredible. In true Bill fashion, I'm just having a bowl of cereal for lunch today. Honey Nut Cheerios. That's what I had for lunch yesterday. Honey Nut Cheerios. Do you put sugar? Do you sprinkle sugar on your Honey Nut Cheerios too? I know they already have that honey flavor on them, but I still put sugar on them. And Jordan picked up about 2,000 cassette tapes from a former MCA employee the other day. That sounds cool. Are these all are they sealed? Are they used? What sort of music genre are all these? That's great. And how are you going to move them? Is this eBay listing? Do you do Whatnot? Lotting them up, putting them all on Marketplace and selling them all on a lot. What is up, Mark? Good to see you here this afternoon. Sold a fast food paper cup this morning for $14. Glenn, fast food paper cup. Any particular, any particular restaurant, or what made, a paper cup, what made it worth $14? That sounds like a good sale to me. Regular Cheerios, she's loading those up with sugars, but the Honey Nut, she's like, that's enough sweetness for me. I'm good with the honey nutty Odie. Is Odie a word? It's a honey of an O. Honey Nut Cheerios. About half of these cassettes are sealed. Lots of Motown, jazz, R&B up to the 90s. Sorting out the good stuff and lotting up the rest. That's a heck of a find. Now, did you get a good deal on these? Picked up 2,000 cassettes what does one, if you don't mind sharing, what does one pay for 2,000 cassettes? Or was this just, hey, I need these out of here. You take them. You deal with them. Oh, okay. Raising Cane's chicken fingers had Peanuts and Snoopy on them. About 5 years old. Jill loves the Peanuts and Snoopy and all of that stuff. Heck yeah, for 14 bucks all day long. Oh, no way. 60 bucks for 2,000. I'm going to math that. I'm going to math that on my calculator, of course. Get it open here. 3 cents. 3 cents a piece. You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong on a deal like that when approximately half of them are sealed. You're gonna make at least $75. Well, just at $1 a piece, that's $2,000 right there. I love it. Sold one to the UK yesterday that almost paid for the whole lot. See, I love reselling. I absolutely love reselling. Finding that deal that, yeah, 3 cents a piece, and you sell one of the 2,000 and you're almost got your money's back. I love it. And there is my friend. I'm going to talk about my friend, Roman. I have a feeling that Jill is currently in Cleveland hiding from Ken. And yes, and Tracy is also in Cleveland hiding from Brian. So as part of the citywide sales that we did last week, or over the weekend, well, I guess it was weekdays, last Thursday, there was a citywide that I had never been to. That's it's about in the middle of where I live from Roman. Roman had to come down and to the east, and I had to go up and to the east, and we hung out. And Roman joined us. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Thanks for guys inviting me. Brian, on the other hand, wasn't happy. And I wish Brian was here. Brian had messaged me this morning. They had to do their recording for their podcast. The what? Not another reselling podcast. Go check out Jack's Treasures on YouTube and follow along with their podcast. They have great guests. They talk a lot about live online reselling, like Whatnot and the different district platforms. And they have special guests on. But on Thursday of last week, in a town called Barberton, Roman hooked up with us to go out and do some sales. And it was just a blast. Jill and I, at first, Roman got there. Jill and I had already went to, maybe like a half a dozen sales. And then Roman got there, so we met up with him. And the three of us went out for probably a couple of hours. And then Brian and Tracy from Jack's Treasures were joining us from Georgia. They drove up from Georgia just to go to these citywides with us. And it was a surprise. I hadn't told them that Roman was going to hook up with us. And so when we all met at this parking lot of a restaurant that we had dinner at later in the day. And took me 6 months to drive to Barberton. A little bit longer than Brian and Tracy, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Jill is here. There is my Jill. Look, Roman with a bunch of exclamation points, and then and Ken. What can I do, folks? What can I do? So So we hooked up with Roman, and then Brian and Tracy got there, and then the five of us went around to a bunch of sales. I don't know how many sales that we went to, but it was a citywide, but it was a lot of um, driving from this sale to this sale. Every now and then you'd get a street that maybe had two or three sales that you could, walk to from one to the other. There we go. Hashtag Team Roman. And everybody's saying hi to Jill and Jill back. Um, but yeah, if any of you ever get an opportunity to hang out with Roman, I highly I highly recommend it. It's a fun day. He's uh just the way that he comments on stuff and the fun that he has at the sales. Now, Roman, I don't know if you can see this sitting beside me. This is something that I have to talk about. Um here in a little bit. I'll get into that when I show some of the stuff that we found and some of the stuff that I'm listing. Uh yes. Yes, exactly. It was finally nice weather. We got a really good day. It was warm, but it was a little breezy, so you weren't out there sweating your sack off the whole day. But we had a really good time, and then once we were done with the sales, when it got to be dinner time, we were parked at a restaurant called the Belgrade Gardens, and they specialize in what they call Barberton chicken. But it's a Serbian chicken that's basically it's just basically fried chicken that's cooked in lard. So they're going really old school, no extra spices added to it, just chicken cooked in lard. And size, yes, it was. That's the best way that we did just could describe it. It was dense. I don't know what the lard does to the meat. It had a decent flavor. I don't think anybody really complained about their meal. Some people got cutlets, some people got the fried chicken, some people got I think Tracy had some sort of like a soup or a salad sort of thing. And yeah, everything was good. I don't think anybody was like, "Oh man, we got to get back there. Let's hook up and go there again." But very good food. Um and yeah, the chicken was dense. I liked what they called it their hot sauce, but what it was is it was like a rice and tomatoes. It wasn't really spicy, a little bit of spice to it. I don't know why they call it hot sauce and not hot rice. It was almost like if you like stuffed peppers, it was almost like a stuffed pepper soup, like that rice and the tomatoes and stuff in there. That was my favorite part of my meal. And I had their fries. They had the hand cut fries, and what else did I get? Oh, the coleslaw. They had a really good coleslaw. Uh, but yeah, after that restaurant, Roman didn't eat for 5 days. It was good portions. I mean, there was an absolute mountain of fries on my plate. Um, yeah, best part of the meal. Um, and Jill's cousin also joined us. He's from up in that area. So we had a nice table of six of us just, laughing and telling stories. And, we got into a little bit of resellery stuff between Brian Tracy and Roman and myself, talking about, um, just reseller stuff. Well, Jill and Dan just kind of their eyes just glazed over, and they're just like, "All right, let's have some more fun. Let's have some more fun." Uh, yes, it was much better than going to McDonald's, even though the McDonald's had that seemed to be our stopping point. There was a McDonald's that was um kind of centrally located to where we were going to the sales and where we were parked. So we kept going back to the McDonald's to use the restroom. I did get some fries one time. I needed something to nibble on. in the afternoon. Yes, and we went there because Dan, Jill's cousin Dan, and Jill, their family heritage on Jill's dad's side is Serbian. And this was a Serbian. Apparently, there's a concentration of Serbian descendants um, in that area, in the Barberton area, and these restaurants specialize in Barberton chicken. Mike Metco Meetups is here. Hey, everybody, Mike Metco Meetups tonight, live in 6 hours. They will be live on Mike Metco Meetups channel. I'm going to put this down. There is a link. Go bookmark that right now. Get your notification. They are going live with oh shoot, Ken, you're knucklehead. Why can I not find what I want here? With Jason from Lux Garage. They're going live with Jason from Lux Garage tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So go check that out. Go check out Mike Metco Meetups. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Patrick Murphy is here. Why, yes, hello. Panel and chat flying by today to say hi and light up that thumbs up. What is up, Patrick? We need a good... Patrick, the last few weeks you've been suggesting things for lunch. The one week I did end up going to... where did I go? Someplace that you suggested. I went for lunch. Or dinner, I guess. Because it was good. It was a good suggestion. Last week I had Arby's because somebody had suggested it. Patrick Roman says, thanks for giving him a day from work today. He appreciates it. I know you said I won't get paid for it today. And Billsy is here. I grew up with Serbians in Gary, Indiana. Well, there you go. Who knew that the Serbians were in Indiana as well? Slavic food is very good. Thanks for the... Oh, you're welcome, my friend. I always enjoy watching your Domino's? ? No, it wasn't Domino's that I had. Or are you suggesting Domino's for... I haven't eaten at Domino's. There's a Domino's not too far around the corner from me. And I haven't been there forever. You and Patrick grew up in Cleveland and went to the same high school. Maybe. Anybody else that's jumping in, did you find anything good at the yard sales? Angie Resells, happy hump day right there. Angie Resells, if my calculations are correct, in about 45 minutes or so, 40 minutes, you will be live. Are you doing your plush show on Whatnot today still? 1 p.m. Eastern time, plush and more plush sale on Whatnot. Go follow Angie Resells over there. If you need some plush, even if you don't need some plush, go in the show, say hi, hit those hearts a bunch of times. Just constantly tap the screen. Tap, 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 tap. And buy something as well. Yes, Arby's for Father's Day. We get together and get the orange cream shake. Been doing that since he was in the single digits. I didn't know they had that. The orange cream shake. I might have to go there. The and Billsy, Arby's curly fries. Yes, I had the curly fries I just got like a roast beef sandwich. And a cha mocha shake. Yes, horsey sauce for the win. Hashtag, let's shout out Arby's horsey sauce. It is good for sure. Phil 5 Dime. Howdy, hope everyone is having a great day. Phil Five Dime, did you find anything cool over the weekend at some sales? And I see now there's a second recommendation. I'm going to have to go out to Arby's again and get the orange cream shake. So, after Thursday, we got to Friday at the Citywides, and we were in a different town called Seville, Ohio, and it was Roman sold a Cleveland Browns replica helmet on Mercari today. How much you get out of that? How much you get out of that? Okay, and on the app they have buy one get one beef and cheddar. Sadly, here it is $5.39 for one. Remember then when they were yes, they used to be 5 for 5. For sure. I'm not, I like just a regular roast beef with the horsey sauce on it. Or wait, with the Arby's sauce. Wait, did you say horsey sauce? I need to back up here. Is the horsey sauce, is that a horseradish? Is that a horseradish, Billsy? Because I was thinking of that they call it their Arby's sauces, like the barbecue sauce. Because yes, I hate horsey sauce, but the orange, yes, if you're talking about horsey's is yeah, I cannot stand horseradish if that's what that is. Ugh. I'm gonna take back. Yeah, I know. Hate is a very strong word. Let's see. Where are we at? I found some German LGB large model train cars. What do those go for? I don't know much. I don't know much about. I love trains. I love trains and train cars and all of that. Angie says no, she does hate it. No, yeah, horseradish sauce. I don't know. I'm not sure, Billsy, if we can be friends anymore. You bring that kind of, controversial stuff up on my show in the chat, things like horseradish sauce, and I'm gonna have to rethink this. Oh, pro hack. Get a side of au jus, about 50 cents. Sometimes they just give it to me for pretty much any of the roast beef. Ooh, that is a pro tip. I know that they have that au jus if you get like the French dip at Arby's. My brother, that's my favorite. Jill says, I wondered when you shouted out the horsey sauce, I was going to call BS. Of course, see, I was thinking Arby's sauce. I was thinking the barbecue sauce. And of course, it's Jill's favorite because we don't like anything the same. We do not eat or like anything the same. Husband loves to get the double beef and cheddar and puts the horsey sauce on each bite he takes. Now, again, I'm not a fan of the cheddar. I like or the horsey sauce. So Joe is now dead to me. That's what I have to say. And the au jus good. Man, we're getting a lot. Now I'm getting hungry. I might have to do Arby's again. Jill will be friends with Billsy. Horsey sauce. Where did I lose that? And there used to be Serbs. Patrick is on the way to Arby's right now to get the horsey sauce. I am not welcome. I am no longer welcome in Chicago. Okay, so it's mutual. It's mutual. Our newfound disdain for one another. Oh, that's all in good fun. All in good fun for sure. Okay, wait, here's an update. I saw Arby's sign they have 2 for $7 ham and Swiss. Never tried it, but I just didn't think it would be good. Has anybody else tried the ham and Swiss at Arby's? And yeah, she's trying to fatten up Angie's trying to fatten up those plush. She's feeding them horsey sauce. Uh, give it to the neighbor's cat to keep it off her property. So anyway, I got to talk about the Thursday sale with Roman and an item that he found. Roman found this great item right here, but you'll see it sitting behind me. Gonna take me to the steakhouse. See, this started out good. This started again. Take you to the Chicago Steakhouse, get a side of horseradish sauce. It's unreal. Then we're gonna stop and get a beef sandwich with Gardeniera peppers. Are these hot peppers? Are the Gardeniera peppers hot? You had me at steak, though. You're back in my good graces. We can get rid of the toppings and a little salt, little pepper on a steak, and we're back in. The neighbor's cat also likes curly fries. That's funny. Yeah, poor Jill's gonna say poor Roman. So, Roman, I just got to tell the story the way that it happened. So, Roman is one that likes to sell electronics and cameras. And so pretty much all morning, about every sale that we went to, Roman would ask, "Hey, do you have any electronics? Do you have any cameras? Old cameras or digital cameras?" So we go to this one sale that was just setting up. And they're like, "Yeah, sure, you can come up and look around. We don't have everything out yet." And we looked around, and Roman said, "Oh, you got any electronics? You got any cameras?" And the lady tells her daughter, "Oh, wait, did we not bring that one camera out? Go in the house on the shelf or on the hutch." Didn't ask for any toilet paper, which is a big improvement. Go in the house and get that camera. It's in the box on the counter. And so she brings out this. This is the Polaroid Big Shot Portrait Land camera in the box. And you can see kind of this design. That's what it looks like. It's like a big long camera that uses like the Polaroid instant film. Roman doesn't ask. Roman tell you what you were going to sell him. Yeah, that's right. He's like, give me all your electronics. Go in the house, get them. Roman is like the Chuck Norris of yard sales. There was a sale with Drunken Cookies, and I think Jill got some. I think Jill bought some and ordered something from those two. Oh, at that sale, I picked up this. At that same sale where the Drunken Cookies were, this was the Lemax Spooky Town. It's like a countdown to Halloween. Those little pumpkins that are in there, they're still sealed in the package. The outer packaging is kind of bad because I found this in the bottom of a box of other like Halloween stuff, and so the box kind of got a little bit crushed up, but I'm gonna work on that. But I always love to pick up the Lemax. Not last year, but the year before, I picked up a huge lot of Lemax Halloween stuff. All of the things like this, figurines and buildings and little this and that. And I paid next to nothing. It was like 25 bucks for like a great big tub, like one of the big tubs, plus some other boxes that didn't fit in the tub. And man, I sold that and sold it and sold it. I have, I think, like one or two pieces that are still left. And yes, and Jill bought a bowling ball. She bought 2 bowling balls. Again, folks, Jill with her bowling balls. Yes, next time we'll invite Patrick up with us as well. Yeah, anytime I can find, cool Halloween stuff, and especially in the Lemax, and this is like a retired one. And it's probably 25 bucks. I paid $1 for it. I paid $1 for it. Again, it was in the bottom of the box, and that one's currently, 2025. I'll probably list it a little bit higher than that because we're not right into the Halloween season yet, and I didn't like deep dive comps. I just comped what was up there, and this stuff will sell a lot better getting closer to Halloween. But the camera, what are drunken cookies? Um, Jill, throw out there what the drunken cookies are. They're made with like lots of maybe fermented fruits or something. We had to push the car with all the bowling balls inside. End of the day, the car was driving in, had 100 bowling balls. Yes, Jill's always buying the bowling balls. She uses them in her landscaping and stuff out front. Plus, the one thing that's cool is that if you can vintage bowling bags, are they sell. They sell pretty decent. They're not the fastest of movers or the high. Well, some of them are really high dollar depending on what you're looking at. But Jill just wants the bowling balls. So I end up getting all of the bowling ball bags if they're decent or not just common. The one that she gave me is like from the 80s, 80s, 90s. It's like colorful. It's still only worth like maybe 20 bucks, 20, 25 bucks. Um, they soak the raisins and the cranberries in alcohol. So they soak those fruits in the thing, and then they get baked into the cookies. Is why they call them drunken cookies. And Jill bought a dozen, and she like ate the whole dozen on the way back to the car. So we pretty much had to carry her around to the sales with her mouthy self getting giving everybody that's cool. He regrets that he didn't buy the no. Jill did not eat all the cookies in one sitting, and she was I'm just messing. I'm just messing. So anyway, I want to do this camera. So this camera right here. So Roman, they bring the camera out, and they give it to Roman because he had asked for them. And he kind of looked at the box, and I know, and then he's like, "Oh, do you have any digital cameras or any newer sort of cameras?" And he said, so he set it down. It's like, when you ask somebody for something and they go in the house and get it, you kind of, at least I do, feel a little bit of obligation towards, maybe buying it or whatever. So, Roman wasn't interested in this. It wasn't in his wheelhouse of cameras. So he set it down, asked me, Ken, are you interested in this? So I did a quick comp and I was like, oh, okay. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. And I asked the lady how much you want for it. She's like, I don't know, like 10 bucks. And I was like, okay, 10 bucks. Here you go. Get back to the car. And I talked to Roman. I was like, we might need to talk about this one a little bit. Originally he thought it was a bowling ball in that camera box. Well, I have this camera listed right now. I have it listed for $425. Little on the high side. I've seen with the box and all this, it's about a $350 to $500. It would probably go instantly at $350. Ones that don't have the box or whatever regularly sell for $250. Yeah, I listed it on Monday, Roman. And it's got some good views and it's got watchers. If I had it at $350, it would be gone already. But I'm kind of testing that market because I have seen some that have went for $500. But I want to show you something that's cool in this as well. So it has all of the packaging and everything. But the one thing that I thought was neat is it still has the manual. The manual is here and the paperwork for it. But I don't want to damage any of that. But along with it was the original receipt from a place called Gaylord's, from December 15th of 1972. You probably can't see that. It might focus there. From December. So this was probably somebody's Christmas gift at one point. Yes, I did actually list something, Chris. It's good memories of the McDonald's bathroom. I did try to offer. I'll tell you what. Here's the kind of guy that Roman is, and the kind of guy that I am. You can see why we're. I'll say that I'm a pretty good dude. When I saw what the comps were, and because they had came out and offered it to Roman first, I offered it back to him after I had bought it. Because I felt a little bit like I stole it out from under him. Although he had offered it back and said, "Hey Ken, are you interested in this?" and set it down and walked away. That camera is older than you. Yes, Chris didn't stop by and after he heard that we will be eating drunken cookies for 3 days. Jill says that her heart still hurts though. This is comment of the day right here, though. He has good memories of the McDonald's bathroom. Okay, so not only does it have this original receipt, they had this newspaper clipping of when it was on sale. So that Polaroid Big Shot was $6.88, and the Polaroid film, a 10-pack, was $3.33. And then you can see that on this receipt that they bought the camera for $6.88, and they bought 2 packs of film at $3.33. And then there's another item on here for $1.19, which I'm assuming I'm going to assume that it was for flash cubes, because you can also put flash cubes on this camera. And Jill says, even my headshot, you did steal it. I felt as though I did, and I tried to offer it back to Roman because that's how I felt, that I had taken a really, really good item. When Roman had been asking for cameras all day, and then I ended up with the camera. Roman did get a good video camera, though, a video recorder that for like $5. Yeah, and there's plenty out there all the time, but yeah, and Jill's checking in. If you weren't here, she did buy 2 bowling balls. Yeah, got the Canon camcorder for like $5. I think they were asking for 20. And it was gonna rain a little later in the day and probably be a washout for the sales on Saturday. And they the guy's like, just make me an offer on anything here. Make me an offer. And so Roman's like, yeah, do $5, and boom, gone. They were asking 10. Have you listed it? Have you listed it yet? Phil, yes, I listed it as untested. Oh, and listed the camcorder bag separately. Good call. Good call. So I've got the camera. I got it listed, and looking forward to selling that. I get antsy because I think it'll sell quick. Oh, here's the next thing. Let me tell you, the sell-through rate is off the charts. Oh, Polaroid Big Shot. Let me do that. So currently, just the other day, there were 17 listed. There were 17 listed. There are 11 listed right now. and there are 132 solds. And so the sell-through rate on these are incredible. Okay, so the last solds that I seen, one just sold yesterday for $450. $449. It had the box and stuff. There's a 406, there's a 356, 276. So if I'm patient, I should get close to that 450. And I did highlight having that receipt and that old clipping. Hopefully that helps out with that. What is up, Jeff? Apex Jeff is here. And New England Betty Boop is here. Just popped in to say hello, beautiful people. It is good to see you. Happy hump day, my friend. How are you? I am doing good. We're talking about big citywide sales that I went to over the weekend, where I hooked up with Roman, and then also Brian and Tracy from Jack's Treasures came all the way up from Georgia to go to the sales with us. And it was just a great weekend. Roman's packing up just at Starbucks listing stuff. Heck yeah. Get you a little, are you having an iced coffee or a regular coffee or a little sandwich? They sell food at Starbucks. I never go to Starbucks. I'm not a coffee guy. I did go to Starbucks the other day though, because I had a bunch of gift cards, but I didn't know how much was on them. Ones that I would win like as giveaways and whatnots. But people, when they send out their gift cards, they don't put like how much it is. And then they don't always put in like a receipt or whatever, or they just stick it in the envelope and it goes. And so I needed to find out how much they were on them. And Lori is here. Where do I see Happy Picker? Lori is here hanging out with us today. Jill is typing client notes right now. Iced coffee at Starbucks is too expensive. Isn't everything? Wait. I thought Roman was just an AI. Yes, Roman is real in the flesh. We hung out with him all day last Thursday out at Citywide Sales. No, he is AI, but with a heart. There's no bigger heart than Roman. Everybody saying hi. AI could never capture and replicate Roman. He is one of a kind and perfect. I said earlier, man, I'm in love with AI. I was talking with Corey from Grams and Pops yesterday, and we're talking, and he had sent me something from an AI thing that's just being a game changer. It's his place to talk about it. He'll probably do it on his show or something along those lines. But super cool. Love me some AI. Shout out Chat GPT. We went to 50 sales and 10 McDonald's bathrooms. I get so many Starbucks gift cards from parents. I haven't paid for a Starbucks coffee in literally years. I got a whole pile of them. Yes, I agreed, Mike Metco. Roman has the biggest heart in reselling, that's for sure. Yes, he is definitely a man of he's the people's champion of reselling and YouTube resellers. And right back at you, Roman says. We have the 301 endless yard sale here in North Carolina this weekend. Ooh, that sounds fun. 301. I assume that's like the highway or the roadway. The 301 endless yard sale. And the biggest mouth. Yes. also agreed, Mike Metco. No, we had a great day. So Friday we were in sales with goes through 5. It does have an end though. It goes through 5 counties. Well, I hope you load up the car like 10 times when you're out there, Jeff. I assume you're going to be hitting those. Yes, hope you score big. Um, we went Friday. Um, then we stayed at a hotel. Jill and I, and then Brian and Tracy from Jack's Treasures were there, and there was we got up early that next morning and went down for like to the hotel like lobby for their breakfast. Not good. The hotel we stayed at, it's a Quality Inn, and it's a little below quality these days. Um, Huge deals last year. Spent $500 and turned that into $4,000. Man, this year, Jeff, I want to see you do like 250. I want you to spend 250 and make like about 8,000. There's your goal. Yes, Roman is my Gemini brother from another mother, so he's a hot-blooded Puerto Rican Russian. Now there's a combination right there. How was Seville? Seville was good. There are tons of sales. We spent most of the most of our day just in the first like housing allotment. The first, is a little housing development right there. We were there. We had actually bought so much before we could continue on. We had to go back to the hotel and um had to go back to the hotel and unload everything just so that we could go out and start to hit the rest of the town. What's up, Chad? Quirky Picker Chad is here. Not sure yet, Chad. It depends on what I have going on that week. Some of that, because there's like 127, and the next week is the Route 30. And just depends on what's going on. So I haven't made that decision yet. If I'm doing 127, of course, that would be a drive over, do the sales drive home sort of a day. It doesn't take much. I can kind of almost even get up that morning and go. But I will keep you posted. And if you're going to be in the area again, we can definitely hook up. I got to have lunch a couple of years ago, I think, that we had Jill and I had went with Jimmy and Sonia and met up with Chad at this like little roadside diner restaurant and just got to hang out for the day. I am Puerto Rican actually. And got to, just have lunch and sit and talk and meet one another and talk reselling. Did Seville have McDonald's with bathrooms? No. Seville does not have a McDonald's at all. They have very little of anything. Yeah, Roman's keeping secrets about his heritage. Um He's Latino and half Jewish. So, there you go. Uh yeah, it was miserable. Um Next time, there you go, Jill. Something to look forward to. Next time you go to Cleveland area, we need to go towards Jill. We need to go towards Roman's area when there's some sales and go to his place and let him show us around. But Friday we did all the sales. Plus we played the bingo that we've done before in the past. We played with Brian and Tracy. Where it's mostly all stuff. I need to get it called up. It's mostly all stuff, not necessarily finding items. Um, uh, oh, really? That the Route 30 and the 127 were the same dates. Where am I at? Let me click on that. I haven't checked that. Oh, neither have I. I'll have to look into that. Oh, well, we were in Seville. Mom, Alice, and Judy were in Millersburg. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's too far from there. Brian said he got all the bingo, but I want verification. Well, we're going to talk about that right now because I need to call up some of the stuff that we had to do. Again, so when you're at the sales, everybody had a bingo card, and it wasn't necessarily finding items at the sales, but more so doing tasks. And a few of them, some of my favorites here are when you're at a sale, you have to put on like an item of clothing or an article, a jacket, a hat, or whatever, and then you have to, like you're walking the runway at that you're in a fashion show. And like let's say you put on, you put on a hat or some you have to sing, I'm too sexy for this hat, too sexy for and just really make a whole runway, do the turn, maybe some blue steel. So and then that's how you get credit for you can mark that off. Try to pay another customer for an item. So if you're wanting to buy something, you're just walking up trying to give somebody else the money. Let's see. Oh wait, let me get on this page. Throw a ball to another customer. Pick up a ball, and that you couldn't do. It couldn't be one of us. Like I couldn't pick up a ball and throw it to Jill. I had to pick up a ball and throw it to somebody else. Do it like pick up some plush or dolls or action figures and do a puppet show. But you have to do it like you can't just pick them up and go, "Oh, hey, how are you?" You have to make it like a whole production. I actually did mine with a child that was there. We were both looking at these plush, and there was a Mickey Mouse and a Minnie Mouse, and I made her be Minnie Mouse, and we did a little. Okay, confirmed. There we go. Mike, let me go back here. We have to organize meetup in here. Ken, plenty of resellers around. I promised that Mary and I would try to set one up in Ohio. Yes. Agreed. I've been talking about that for years, and I just never get it done because that's me. So Jill says the 127 and the 30s are both August 7th and 9th with the 127 also. Yes, Jeff does know a lot about puppets. He knows a lot about puppets. He knows a lot about selling puppets. He sent me one here. What was that one? The Woolly Willy, or what was the one that was more like a marionette sort of a puppet? Sold for like $50. Okay, trolling at YS. I could be down for that. Yes. Remember the thumbs up. Thank you. Yes, Ohio really only has 2 resellers. Here, me and Ken. That's it. And Jill. And about 500 others. Ohio is packed with resellers. Limber Louie. That's right. Limber Louie. I was way off. Wild Willie, or what did I say? Walking Willie? Limber Louie. Check out what Limber Louie is. You will all know what it is if you go look it up. Yes, then the 3 of us can have a meetup. Just me and Roman and Jill. Hey, you too, Lisette, if you're still here, thank you for popping in. We will catch you soon. What are some other things on the bingo card? Oh, I just messed up my layout. get someone to sing a line from a Christmas carol, a Christmas song. Um, so you pick up a Christmas item, we wish you a Merry Christmas, try to get somebody to sing along. It was funny to see Brian. He got shot down a couple of times, so he's just out there singing this Christmas song, and nobody at that sale was following along with him. Oh, take a selfie with someone at a sale. So somehow you have to get it to where it's not creepy that you want to take a picture with somebody. Yes, 3 reseller meetup organized by the Serbian Gardens restaurant. We'll have dense chicken. Patrick Murphy, I have done puppet theater and one of my Joe vehicle listings to this. That doesn't make sense. Of my Joe vehicle. Well, I'm going to click on this link. Hopefully I don't go away. Will this open up in another thing? G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra Rock Slide ATV with the missiles. Okay, I see what you got there. One of your G.I. Joe vehicles. And the missiles work. Watch the video. Okay, so as part of your thing, okay, I love that. I love that idea, Patrick. He's actually doing a puppet show with his characters that he's doing on his eBay listing in the video. Yes, Jill, Patrick is down there, Cincinnati. Remember when we met? He's from Cincinnati. He didn't go to the Cincinnati meetup. He was there, so he popped in. Carolyn is here. What is up, Carolyn? KK Lewis. The free space. Oh, see, that's a good idea. We don't have a free space, but the bingo car should have one. But you can only get it if you can convince someone to give you something for free, and they had a price on it. That, Chad, that is one of the items. Is ask if you can just have an item. Yes, I am still here talking. I'm behind in my chat. The selfie thing could have been really easy for Brian. He could have played up the tourist aspect, which he did. It was where am I at here? I cannot confirm or deny that. So it was fun. There was a lot of other things. Find some jewelry and ask if it was the family jewels. Ask somebody if they'll play a game with you. Like if they had a board game, you had to start to get out the game, see if somebody would play it with you. Oh, here's one. Make an offer for the asking price of an item. So they got, $5 on it. It's like, we take $5 for this. And they usually just look at you quizzically like, what? That's how much it is. And then the one that I got Brian doing here in Ohio, if you do the OH, see if somebody will yell back the IO. I told him it's a thing here in Ohio. I said, pick up any Buckeyes item that you see and just yell out OH, and somebody will turn around and do the IO, which at most sales was working, except the one, there was this Ohio State code. I still needed to get that one on my bingo card, and I did the whole OH, to the guy that was running the sale. He was like a real putz. I'm like, OH, and he's like, yeah, you like that jacket? I was like, "Oh yeah, it's pretty cool." And then I tried to do it again to the lady that was there, OH, and she's like, "Yeah." And I got denied. And then you just look stupid if somebody doesn't yell out the IO. Mary McQueen, I seen Mary McQueen pop in there. Someone will for sure always yell back. Yes, except for these old people. Um yeah, don't understand why you have to pay out of state taxes cuz I got a leg in both states. Exactly. Patrick lives uh in the Ohio River between Kentucky and Ohio, and he swims back and forth all the time. Uh yeah, there you go. Joe watching the video of the GI Joes. Um Happened to me, and you tried to yell out the OH and the guy just stared at you when you Yes, they do, Jill. Yeah, you cuz you just now you just look like you're yelling out at a yard sale. Um But what the bingo consisted of was you had to get these the first person to get a bingo, 5 across or up or down or diagonal, the person that had the lowest amount at that time had to buy them an ice cream. And there were some other rules that were involved. We tried to make it easy and fun. Uh Yes. No, it's all yours. It's all yours, Mike. We used to do Jill and I used to do it as a scavenger hunt where you had to find items. Um, and then we started to do more of these task related things just to have fun at the sale and find people that were willing to play along with you. Ask somebody if they'll take an appliance in the house and fix you some food. Like there's a toaster or maybe a sandwich maker or blender or something like that. You see if you can get them to take it inside. Of course, they don't have to. You just have to goof with them. Um, so very, very fun stuff. Uh Chad Chad got some crickets there until Mary bailed him out. Um Joe and Nicole are going to move up to Ohio soon. Also, since it's always winter there in Minnesota, Ohio only have winter for 11 months. Minnesota has it for all 12. Exactly. Uh yeah, and Joe and Nicole are all the time doing bingo stuff. They have meetups a lot there in Minnesota, like their small, Minnesota area group of resellers, and that always looks like a good time. I love doing stuff because it makes the sales fun. Um, and plus, you're finding good stuff, you're finding good items. I talked about the camera, talked about the Halloween, and I had a number of other things here that I found this cool jacket, this old vintage windbreaker, uh made in USA. It was all wear brand. I can't find made in USA, not really sure. um But I think that one's going to be uh maybe around $40. I paid $2 for it at a sale. Um what other just we've just found all kinds of good stuff at the sales and had a lot of fun. Saturday morning, uh you guys had a great time. Yeah, that did look like they had a good time for sure. I know, isn't it cool? The jacket for breakdancing Judy. Yeah, she could bust a move in that thing. Um, Tracksuit for karaoke. Exactly. Yeah, it does have that that feel. And Jill spotted it first because her dad had one like exactly like it way back in the day. It was just a you know, just a regular kind of a rain jacket at that time. Uh but I can't find that brand, but I think it's gonna be with others that are like that around $40, give or take. Um Saturday morning though, we got up and it was just absolutely pouring down rain. And not only was it dreary and dismal outside, we went down to the hotel lobby for, the breakfast, maybe make a waffle or that pile of why are the scrambled eggs always the same color as the sausage? I don't know. But I don't do road sausage. I don't do sausage on the road. Uh had an experience once with that. So we decided to go to like up in front of the restaurant because there's not much in Seville, Ohio, as far as restaurants and stuff. We decided to go to there was a Hardee's. I don't know if all of you have Hardee's in your areas, but Hardee's restaurant, and I'll get some breakfast. It's fast food. We thought, well, we get some breakfast, watch the weather, see what happens. Even if it stopped raining, it's like people probably weren't going to set out, a lot of their stuff. And we ended up, so we went to Hardee's, and that was a real cluster. You know what I'm talking about. It was slow. The employees were blah blah blah. Um, but we ended up just sitting, got a chance just sitting and visiting with Brian and Tracy and hanging out. And it did stop raining. And so we went to some sales, people that had, everything in the garage, or they had stuffed everything in the garage, and, could have um, just open the door, which was cool because you could still go to the sales, but everybody was trying to go to those sales. So you'd get, a garage, and there'd be like, 15, 20 people all packed in there trying to find stuff. When is the meetup? You know what? I don't know. Mary and Mike are talking about that. But need to have an Ohio meter because there's so many, not only, just the eBay resellers. I'm finding a whole host of whatnot sellers that are from Ohio. Folks that don't even sell much on eBay, or they don't have YouTube presence. So I didn't know them before. But there's a bunch of us, and we could probably put together a pretty epic meetup for sure. Even if it was just Ohio only folks, which would probably never limit it to that. We want everybody to have a good time. But even you could pack the house with just Ohio resellers. So we did get to Ohio has 12 million people in the whole state, and all 13 million are resellers. That is about exactly right. Saturday, so we did get to go to some sales. Some people did start to bring stuff outside, but you ever get that point? Because we had been out all day Thursday, all day on Friday. And it just kind of early on, I just kind of hit a wall. It's like, okay, I'm done with sales. Because it was hard to find a place to park, and then everybody was crammed into these garages, and of course it was second day. Exactly, all are welcome. The what is the best city in Ohio for garage sales? Oh yeah, and by checked out, Joe, man, I got pissy. Um, maybe a little bit, but I was done. It's like, I'm done. Let's go. And then I had to, well, when she says I was pissy, that's because I actually had to go to the bathroom as well. And the yeah, all are good. The sourcing around here, it depends. There's so many little communities and so many little cities, and they all have these citywides, or if you go down to the towards the bigger cities, or I would assume up towards Cleveland, all the little suburbs, and then all of the different housing communities, or the little communities within each city have their own community sales. And it's and there he is right there, Brian, Mr. Jackson. I was just finishing up talking about yeah, oh my god, look who's here. I just talked about oh, I was talking about the rules I never really officially said. So whoever got the first bingo, back to the bingo game, whoever got the first bingo, the person with the lowest total had to buy them an ice cream. And I got the first bingo, and at that point in time, Tracy was the lowest. So after we had done some sales, we had went back to the hotel, dropped off a whole load of stuff, went back, hit this like church rummage sale and some other neighborhood sales right there. Then we went to the there's a little ice cream store. Shout out to Scoops. Shout out to Scoops in Seville, Ohio. And so we went there, and I got your basic caramel sundae. Caramel sundae, some whipped cream, some nuts, a little cherry on top. Yes, and Ohio also has McDonald's with bathrooms. Other states' McDonald's restaurants have bathrooms outside only. Yes. And so we had some, so we, kind of took a break a little bit, just sat there and visited, ate some ice cream. My ice cream was, here, just a second. I got to show you proof. Oh, wait, where's it at? Camera. Here is my picture of Tracy from Jack Treasure handing me my winnings, my caramel sundae, which was very good. But overall on the day, Brian, who's here now, I'm glad that he was here when I announced it, we'll say when I admitted it, when I had to admit that Brian bested us all on the bingo game. He did. So the winner was who could get full card, who could get every spot done. And Brian was the first to accomplish it. And so the prize for that was, not only do you get bragging rights, at least for a year, you also won dinner. You won dinner from whoever was the lowest. And unfortunately at that time, it was also Tracy that was lowest. But Brian finished his whole card. I was second. Jill was third. We were pretty close. We were in striking distance of Brian, but he was just a machine. I couldn't have scripted how much fun, because you never know how people will be at the sales and when they play this bingo, and if they're going to kind of be engaged. Brian was so far, I couldn't have scripted it any better for somebody that just jumped in both feet, had fun with it, had fun with the people at the sales. Yes. And so Brian won dinner. We went to this Mexican restaurant. Shout out to El Patron in Seville. Great Mexican restaurant that Jill and I go to. Where have you been to McDonald's? I've only been to ones with the restrooms on the inside of a McDonald's. Roman travels to parts unknown all the time. You never know where Roman's going to show up and need to use the restroom. Okay, so I will say that Brian did try to push it a few times, and we had to squash him. He was trying to win, uh, and he was really pushing it. Um, Brian, okay, there you go. Jill says, frightening. Brian was frightening. Uh, but it was fun. They are highly competitive. Um, but yeah, Brian was he was in his element with people, and we had a ton of fun. And so Brian, here on the air in front of the millions and millions of people watching at home, congratulations to you, my friend. You bested me in bingo. Well, actually, Jill won the last time. So I need to step up my game, my bingo game. I made up the card. There's no advantage to me making up the card because it's all tasks that you have to do at the sales. Um, but super fun. It was a great weekend to hang out with Brian and Tracy. Kind of the first time, we've met before at a couple meetups in Nashville, but the meetups there's so many people. You don't get a lot of time just to sit and visit and talk and tell stories and learn about one another. And we got to do that. Yeah, we would eat just about anywhere as long as Roman was there. And then to be able to surprise Brian and Tracy with Roman being there with us. Yes, they will. They are competitive, and they will stomp on you to win. Well, it was hard, I got to tell you, at some of the sales, because we had a rule: you could only get 2 points at any one sale. That's so that somebody didn't walk up to the first sale and just do everything and get the first bingo and all that. But Brian was doing like 4 and 5 and 6 things at each sale the whole time, and it's like I keep having to tell him, quit taking selfies with everybody, because if somebody else wants to take a selfie, then that kind of not only takes that point away, but it's like, oh, if one person asks a selfie and another person asks a selfie. But he was so far into the game and having fun with it. I didn't want to step on that. Yes, Brian did every single task. Okay, it just jumped on me. Every single task at but it was sometimes you just stood back and laughed. You couldn't help. Susan, have a great day. Thank you. Be weather aware in Ohio this evening for sure. We're supposed to get some pretty nasty stuff coming around. Yeah, Brian and Tracy are really cool. Mr. Jack, not so much. So no more. I think it's later. Tonight, Jill, is the weather. Maybe so. Yeah. But a great weekend. I couldn't ask for any better of a time and a visit with friends. And just couldn't ask for more. I really enjoyed it. Saturday, after I was done with the sales or whatever, we decided we were gonna head back. One of the things that was on the list for Brian and Tracy is right there in Jill's area, which is we were about an hour away from Jill's, but the prison where they filmed the Shawshank movie, is right there in Jill's area. And that's one of the things that they wanted to see. Patrick, have a great afternoon. Get that Arby's. No horsey sauce. Yeah, it was fun. Arrival time for our area is 7 to 9 p.m., Jill. So you might have time to mow if you get off early enough. And Roman will be passing through Mansfield soon on his way to Columbus to visit friends. Oh, did you not get to go visit your friend on Saturday, Roman? But super great time. Lots of good stuff. I didn't show half of the things that I had here that I was going to bring up because I just had fun telling about Jill, and then Jill, when you're done, Jeff's lawn could use a little attention. He's always out at the sales. He's always okay, Jeff. You know, if you weren't sitting at the Starbucks, you could be at home attending to that lawn. I'm just saying, you know, the lawn's there. You're not. Head home. Had a lot of stuff going on. Had to cancel. Well, yeah. Whenever you're going to be passing through, let us know. You know, obviously your end goal is to get down and visit your friends in Columbus. Yes, or going to concerts. Man, if you guys are not following Apex Jeff on Instagram, that's where I see his stuff. He's going to concerts left and right, all over the place. Win all the giveies. Yes, that's right. Wins all these Starbucks cards on the whatnot giveaways. But anyway, I'm going to call it. I'm going to head out. I got to take some packages over for a couple of sales that I had yesterday. Yes, he is currently touring with Pink Floyd. He's doing the Starbucks tour for Pink Floyd. But I'm going to get some stuff done. And then I'm trying to decide. I got some listing to do. I've got some cleaning in my garage. I got to go down to the storage units. I got to do a number of things. And I can't decide if I want to eat something before I go or maybe pick something up when I'm out. Oh, yeah. I did not mention that. For everybody, if you have sales today or if you were, you know, extend your shipping or whatever more than next day, tomorrow is Juneteenth. June 19th, the post office is closed. UPS and FedEx. See, that's why you got to pay attention to Mary McQueen. She has all the info on everything reseller is Mary McQueen. So if you want to check her out tonight, I'm going to throw this back in here. Tonight on Mike Metco Meetups, they are live with Jason Luck from Luck's Garage, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Go click on it right now. Click on that notify me. Get bookmarked. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And join their chat tonight when they'll be hanging out with Jason. But if you need to know anything reseller, you got to talk to Mary. You got to talk to Mike Metco. They know it all. They are the pulse of the reselling community. I used to work with a guy that was an extra on the movie Shawshank Redemption. He was one of the prisoners standing out in the yard. Very cool. Being from the area, Jill also knows a few guys that were in the movie. I was actually in a movie as a prisoner here in my town. It was a movie with it was called Cherry. The movie's called Cherry, and it starred Tom Holland, you know, the guy that plays Spider-Man. And it was directed by the Russo brothers, who did a lot of the ending like Marvel movies. And this was the first movie that they directed after they finished up all the Marvel series. And they did a casting call or an extras call here in my area because they were going to be filming out of prison. And I went over and I was a prisoner in one of the scenes. Have not seen the movie yet. Nice chat, same thing. While they filmed and still, yeah, they celebrate the whole thing. It's a big deal in our area, the whole prison and the movie and stuff. Yes, he worked with Chris. Our good friend Chris Hirschberger was one of the extras in the movie. They didn't make any money. Was it because of you, Roman, that they didn't make any money? And there, see, the gracious guy that he is, Mike is saying, no, it's all Mary. It's all Mary, but Mike's putting in that same effort and that same amount of work. Um, the movie Teachers used some locals from here as well. If you're asking me, I was just a background like prisoner. There was a scene where Tom Holland, the character, was coming into the prison for the first time, and he comes through like this common area. And actually, I got paid all day. We were at a table, me and like four other guys, and we were just playing euchre. And so during our filming part, we were just sitting at the table playing euchre, and I don't know, it wasn't a whole lot. It was like $70 or something that we got paid for the day to be there. Um, Very fun experience though. Very fun experience to see how a big, high production movie is made and see what happened. The reason that I haven't seen it, and I'm going to finish up with this. I got a lot to do today. The reason I haven't seen it is the movie was filmed in late in 2019, and so you can all see where this is going. So it got put on hold because of COVID in 2020. The movie wasn't released in the theaters, and so they just decided to release it just straight to streaming. And Apple or iMovies or iTunes or whatever it is, they bought the rights to it. So the only place that you could see it is on iTunes, and I don't do any iTunes or any Apple devices or Apple TV or any of that. So I never got to see it. I did have a relative, Jill's cousin Dan, that had sent me some screenshots of the part that he thought I was in, but they were kind of grainy and I couldn't see. Roman's role was to catch prisoners. Yeah, it was a very fun, and it was right after I had left my full-time job, and I wasn't doing anything. And when that announcement came out that they were casting for people, it's like, why not? I'm not doing anything else. Oh, that's cool. My son just turned 14 and he auditioned for a part in a movie that's coming out next year. Still waiting to hear if he got the role or not. Well, Chad, keep us posted here if you pop in each week. And I'm sure on your Instagrams and your posts it'll be on there as well. Yes, got to meet cousin Dan. He is a super cool guy. Yes, we can. Okay, Mary, if you're watching on the Mac, I'm hashtag Team Android and Google and all of that. This isn't like Billsy, who's throwing out stuff like horsey sauce and horseradish on a steak. It's two different. I can deal with a Mac user because they're all out there, but someone that chooses to eat a horseradish sauce, I don't know. I'm rethinking things. Actually, that's what I'm going to spend a little bit of time this afternoon. Just rethinking my relationship with Billsy, and whether or not I'm going to take mod status away here on my show, or I'm just messing. It's all fun. It's all fun. It's all fun. Is that where the headshot started? No, actually, it was not. It was when Jimmy and I used to do the Reseller Clickbait podcast together. It had to do with going to a meetup in Las Vegas, and it was like, oh, I'm going to get yes, I'm going to. It's like that whole headshot came from a meetup. And Jill, I love horseradish. I know Jill and I don't like anything. We tolerate. Jill and I mostly we tolerate one another. I think that's not true. Love you, Jill. When is the next 10 with Ken? I don't know. I got to get that going too. I got to get a lot of stuff going. Brian, get off me about it. What are you all up in my business about? Um, Selling Ken says that there was a garage sale for good. Oh yeah, I did do that. I did do that, Goof. We have some friends that actually live in Seville, and we know them just from going to the sales in Seville. And so the Thursday night before the sales started, we stopped over at their house and I planted some headshots, a whole package of headshots, a complete set. And I marked them. It was complete set, SSK promo headshots, mint condition, unsigned, $350. Had them in this nice like cellophane packaging and stuff. And we took them over to her house for her to plant there in her with her stuff. She also has a signed headshot, the original one, wherever that's at, that she has in a frame. And shout out to Jenny, our good friend Jenny, Jenny and Mark. And so those were on the table. So we're walking up to the sale, and Jill and I are holding back because we know they're there. So Brian and Tracy are in the sale, and they're kind of looking around. And then all of a sudden, I see Brian look. He sees the signed headshot, and then he's looking over at me. He's looking at the people having the sale, like, what's going on? And he's picking it up. He's like, Tracy, look at this. And then, then we come in, and it was just fun. It was just, oh, yeah. See, you got to go. You got to catch up. Trying to get more money. Yes. It was fun to have them walk in and just realize, wait a minute, why is Ken's headshot? Yeah, if you buy my headshot, you get a bowling ball for free. Yeah, you never know what I'm gonna stick on a bowling ball, right, Jill? You never know. So, all right. Long show today. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. On a Wednesday, I got lots to do. You got lots to do. Oh, Jeff got his headshot slabbed so I can sell it on eBay. He got it graded. What's the PSA grade on yours? I couldn't make sure you didn't have any ding corners. That the signature looked authentic. Yeah, Roman, have a great day. Everybody, Jeff, Brian, Tracy, Chad, Mary, Mike, go see Mike and Mary tonight. Everybody that's been in here, Lisette, Susan, everybody that's watching in the background, Chad, Billsy, Joe, I'd flip that. Angie Resells. I'm going to probably get off here and see if Angie Resells is still doing her plush show on Whatnot. And you guys have a great day, and I will catch you next week on 10 versus 10, right before Jill and I go on another adventure towards St. Louis. So we'll talk about that next week. And have a great day. Be safe. Find good deals. Keep busy, and we'll see you soon.